The Flight Mike. I want to hear what was it like, flight versus flight, 1v1 basketball. I want to know the behind the scenes. I want to know how that went down. What was it like?
So, oh man, this story is like months in the making. So this is how it started. About a year ago, when my YouTube channel, well, a little bit, we're in March of 2021. So I'd say in October of 2019, when my channel finally was starting to take off, a Instagrammer by the name of, an Instagrammer by the name of Ryan, who was an NBA trainer, the guy that trains flight, reached out to me and said, hey, I'm very interested in you and I collaborating somehow, some way. If you see a way for us to do it, let me know. And for me, my rule with collaborations is like, I'm always down to collab. It just has to make sense, you know? So at the time, October of 2019, didn't make sense, but we followed each other. And, to this day, we still have a good relationship with each other. So, and here, I'm trying to pull up his Instagram here. Yeah, R2B Ball. A Instagrammer by the name of R2B Ball reaches out to me and tells me that he wants to collaborate with me. And I just told him it didn't make sense for the time being because I didn't do any IRL stuff. I was mainly doing what I do now, off camera, like quick analysis videos on the NBA. So I see like in February of 2020 or like in like May of 2020, I reach out to him and I'm like, yo, like, Flight and I go back and I wanted to do like an analysis video on just Flight's game. And if you wanted to like be featured in the video, give your tidbits, give your tips on it, we could do that.
Wait, so what kind of, you were going to do an analysis video? What do you mean by that?
Yeah.
Also, we're going to get into you and Flight going back late in a different pod. But,
oh yeah, definitely. Coop's included in that, by the way. Flight, Coop, and I.
Yeah, he actually met Flight through me.
Yeah, I met Flight through Coop. Yeah. I wanted to do an analysis video of him originally.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
The reason why is just like kind of like what I do currently. Like just analyze his 1v1s, analyze the shots he takes, analyze how he could get better, stuff like that. Which is ironic.
Low ended up doing that.
Yeah, Low ended up doing that like way after, but before I reached out to him about it, reached out to R2B Ball about it. So eventually he responds to me and says, actually, I'm training Flight for June. And I'm like, oh, well, this changes things. Where do you guys train? He's like, at San Diego. I'm like, okay, for sure. Well, does he have any opponents coming up? Because June is like right around the corner. And this is when COVID was starting to hit. So the pandemic hits and I ask him, I'm like, yo, do you think Flight will want to face me in a 1v1? I think we're at like the same skill level. This is just some context here. I have not been in the gym for 3 months at this point. I haven't touched a basketball in 7 months at this point because of the restrictions of COVID. So I didn't like how I looked. I didn't think I was ready at all. But I, at the same time, understand that in terms of like high entertainment value, you get Flight and I on a basketball court and like, we're going to do something great. So he responds and says, look, just reach out to him. And if he's down, then he's down. So Flight follows me from like our time way back. And I reach out to him and I'm like, yo, do you have any opponent for June? I'm pretty much the same skill level as you. I would not be shocked if you kick my ass because you've been training. I have not been training. This is a good matchup for you if you want to go 1v1. And he pretty much confirms that he has no opponents for June. And he needs someone because this dude has been saying for the past like 2-3 months, yo, come June, I'm going to be ready. Just you guys wait. I'm going to be ready to I'm going to be like a basketball legend in June. So I pull up to, so that weekend, I was so out of shape. Like Dude, I know in the video, like some people say, hey, Mike looks built. Hey, Mike lifts. I was insanely out of shape. There was no treadmill. Like my running routine was significantly diminished. Like it was just not a good time for me to do any type of basketball activity at all whatsoever. So I go there, and the day before I meet up with the trainer literally teaches me like one move and like tells me every single thing that's wrong with my game, and pretty much tells me that I'm like a gigantic lost cause. You know, like everything about like my game is horrific. And if I wanted, with months and months and months of work, he would happily train me. But he told me I had a lot of work to do. And I'm like, okay, who do you think would win in a 1v1 versus Flight? And he says he would. I'm like, okay, why? He said, I've been training him for about a month to 2 months, so he has a good chance against you. So that night, you know, I'm in San Diego, you know, I'm drinking with some buddies. So that night, didn't really sleep very well. Next morning, I wake up and I'm nervous because I'm his first opponent in June. So I get there, I meet Flight, you know, I meet everyone there, and we start the 1v1. Now, what people are accusing me of, which completely blows my mind, is they think Flight and I like sat back and like planned some crazy maneuver for him to like cross me over. That couldn't be further than the truth.
Yeah,
I come in and I ask
the video up. Oh my god. Wait, hold on. Play the clip. Okay, now that you guys enjoyed that.
So the first thing I ask Flight before we play is, dude, like, how's your vert? Are you gonna dunk on me? He's like, bro, I can't dunk on you. Like, we sat back, we like caught up a little bit. First of all, like, dude's an awesome guy. Really nice guy, really humble dude. Really, really awesome guy. We play 1v1. By the time we get to like our third point of the game, I am gassed out of my mind. Man, the worst part is my brother's there recording me, you know, and like this is when I'm really starting to make YouTube a little bit more legitimate for myself. And he's like looking at me, he's like, "Come on, man." And I'm like, "Don't say 'come on, man' to me, bro." Like, so we face each other in the 1v1. The guy, if you compare this 1v1 compared to all of his other 1v1s, the dude just came out with like a fire in his eyes, you know, like he hit a step back jumper on me. Well, contested for crying out loud.
Can I make a statement? I'm watching this 1v1.
Yeah, make a statement.
I would so easily drop both of you guys. So easily. It wouldn't even be close. Oh my god. I would wager any amount of money.
Oh my god.
Either Flight. Flight, if you're watching this right now, let's set it up. I'll fly anywhere. Oh my god. I'm watching Flight cross you up, you're on the ground, and him pull up an air ball. Air ball. Talk about ruining a clip, but he still instant replayed it.
Yeah, I know. Like, it was, I kept saying, like,
Center.
I was not prepared to play that game.
What? Was that a joke?
What, me?
He just said it was on
No,
Sports Center.
I was.
Was that a joke? Wait, am I?
It was on Sports Center.
No,
yeah,
it
we made it
wasn't.
to. Yeah, it was on
Yes,
Sports Center.
Bro, it was on Sports
You were
Center.
on Sports Center on the ground?
Yes.
No.
My parents told me they were so proud of me. By the way, they're like, "Oh my god, you made it!" Yeah,
so
like
great.
they were so proud. They're like, "Oh my god, you made it to Sports Center." I'm like, "Yeah!" Like,
oh my god,
it's like it's not like how I imagined it, but
that's pretty bittersweet.
How did you imagine it? Like, I don't know, how did you imagine?
Yeah, wait,
making
that's
it to
not.
Sports
Yeah,
Center?
you know, maybe like potentially like commentating one of the games one
you
day or something like that. You know, like not me getting my ankles broken, but again, like I want to emphasize this over and if this was any other
Why
time,
was this on
you know, like
Sports
maybe
Center?
four. What? Because it was a moment of
Bro,
basketball
they're a
greatness.
meme account now. They're like
Wait,
full
but
of
wait, they
memes.
wait,
Have you
what
not
was-
been following Sports Center?
No.
Yeah, they post like a lot of memes and stuff.
Oh.
This was a moment
This was
of
like the Yeah, go ahead.
This was an epic moment in basketball history. I don't blame them. So like the video for something. So we finished the game. Flight and I catch up. We hang out a little bit after the game.
What was the final score?
And I forget, but I think I only got one basket up. Like again,
I saw you made it.
I
You
was
made it 3.
really out of shape.
That game had to take like an hour.
What, that game?
Yeah, how long
It
did
seemed
it
like
take?
an
You
hour.
guys
I
are
got
throwing up bricks. I'm watching this.
Okay.
So a lot of people also bring up what I was wearing. So right before we go in, the plan was to go in with like a LeBron James jersey, just to like kind of mess with him. There was like a Big Five next to the hoop house and all they had were Curry jerseys. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to dress up like a level 1 my player, just so people could remember my face pretty much. And in that aspect, it kind of worked. Although people recognize me as the guy that got crossed by Flight, to this day, like at least people understand what I look like. And that was like the first time I made my appearance known in like a vlog or whatnot. After the game, in terms of like the business aspect of it, Flight let me post it first. And then both of us made it into trending. I have a screenshot of it where number 1 is ankle breaking 1v1 versus TheFlightMike. So I found YouTube's algorithm to be very interesting in that regard as well. I asked him if he wanted to rematch. And like I said, man, like if a collab makes sense, for both parties, they're going to take part of it. So far, when I reached out to him in regards to like a rematch, he hasn't responded, but he's responded me for other instances. So I just assumed it didn't make sense for him.
Okay. Well, that's cool, man. You know what? To me, this brings up 2 reactions. 3. 1, guys, comment down below anything you want to know more about this. Comment down below if you want any questions we're not asking or just anything in general. 2, I'll say, what was the reaction social media comment wise? Like, were you getting tweets? Were you getting stuff like that? What were people saying to you?
People were coming over. I was live streaming on Twitch at the time, and people were coming over saying, wow, you got crossed. You seem like a cool dude though. And for the most part, people like perceived me in a fairly positive light. Mainly because I handled the L with like class and grace. And
Yeah.
I honestly knew that this was a potential outcome, but I also don't back down from potentially uncomfortable situations. And I'm a huge believer that if you know how to handle the spotlight properly, then it could be a positive experience for yourself. So
I definitely give you credit for being his first opponent. You were number 1 trending. That's crazy. You got crossed. He got his freaking clickbait on that.
Yeah. It was a dope experience. It was an awesome experience. Every time I reflect upon it, I have a smile on my face. And I'm open to other 1v1s. If I have any challengers, bring it on.